Welcome back to the channel. Natsu here once again. This time around we're gonna talk about the Under Night in Birth 2 open beta that went by this weekend, right? I feel it was back to back, which I'm super happy. Now, having said that, right, keep in mind that this is gonna be a review about the open beta, so I'm gonna start first with the negatives and then I will start with the positives, right? I'm gonna talk about the graphics because I think it's okay, even though some people say, hey, why we're still using an old engine. That's another discussion altogether. Keep in mind that this is a small team. This is not a Capcom team. You know, they don't have the bukeros like Capcom or Arc Systems or even SNK, right? They you know, technically, like, if you don't know, when you have like a new character for Under Night in Birth, you need to wait like almost 1 year or 3 years. And this time around we're gonna have on launch day 3 new characters, which one of them is not being playable in the beta because it's DLC. But yeah, anyways, before I go any further, please like and subscribe. It will help a lot the channel. And with that out of the way, let's start this review. Okay, so you're gonna be seeing gameplay of the netcode, right? Now, the one I'm showing you here is bad example, and you can see right now it's stuck, right? Now, here's the thing: there's no Wi-Fi or Ethernet cable indicators. If there is, I didn't see them. I apologize for that. But if somebody saw it, please let me know in the comments below. But I don't think there's any indicators. This netcode is technically like you know, they use the same netcode for Melty Blood. There's no problem about that. The issue with Melty Blood is that most people that are playing online are not people from the States, are people from Asia. So technically this might be what you're gonna fight, will be up against, right? Now, I think a lot of people from the States at least tried the beta this time around. And it was sometimes a smooth experience, right? But the problem is that when the netcode start to vomit itself, right? Because from what I'm seeing, I think the issue is people that are using Wi-Fi. It starts to start going back and forth, and it then starts teleporting. And then if you try to do like a hit confirm, sometimes you will get the hit confirm, and then it will roll back, and you will be like, crap, you know, this sucks. And to be honest, it does sucks. Another thing is that I think maybe there is an issue because of the netcode that the inputs is not reading them well, and sometimes you will get messed up input. For example, there I didn't want to do a DP. I want to do a fireball motion, which is Chrono 4, and it didn't come out correctly. But I think, you know, after playing the beta a lot of time, I think I started to notice how to avoid it altogether, and it was more lenient. So maybe it's more like an issue of me sucking than the netcode, but who knows, right? But I saw people having also the same issue at the beginning. After that, it started, like, you know, making getting better, right? Also, I think the developers were maybe tweaking, especially on Saturday, the netcode, because on Saturday I had a lot of disconnections. Now, funny enough, this all happened when I was using Gordo, and I saw a lot of people quitting. So I will say maybe they're quitting because of Gordo, or maybe they were doing something in the back end, right? But I don't know. I think if they would do something like that, they will do like a, hey, let's stop the beta for 1 hour, 2 hours, and then we update the new version. Which, for example, Grand Blue did that last week, and also Tekken did. I think Tekken 8 also did the same thing. So I don't think they did that. I just think that it's more like a Gordo issue, right? But anyways, gameplay wise is Under Night in Birth. If you didn't play the game, I will recommend that you play, because I think it's really easy to play with this. You know, this game is like super level entry, right? And I think it's a lot of fun, the gameplay. To be honest, the game mechanics are awesome. This is something that, if you have heard about people that play Under Night in Birth, they always give props to the, you know, to the game mechanics. The grid system, I think, is excellent system. Now, if you're somebody that don't like Under Night in Birth, unfortunately, I don't think maybe this is the game for you. Now, if you're somebody that loves Under Night in Birth, or you like to start playing fighting games that are easier to enter, because that's the thing, like this game, I'm not saying it's easy, but compared to other games that Like if I tell you, hey, if you want to start a fighting game, I will say, hey, start with Under Birth, or maybe Grand Blue, right? Or maybe DNF Blue, right? Street Fighter 6, you can play with the game, but I think that across the board, Under Birth is a game that is more user-friendly at the beginning, but then you will see how advanced this game it is, right? Now, regarding the new characters, right? Tsurugi at the beginning, I was thinking that maybe he's too bland or boring as a character, and maybe a low tier. But after fighting with him almost like 100 plus fights, I started noticing this character might be an issue for a lot of characters. I think the only character that he did struggle against was Hyde, just because Hyde, to be honest, is like a top tier character. He has great normals, great damage. He can do weird frame traps that should be negative, but they're plus because whatever, right? MC power, right? You know, main protagonist power. Kaguya, if you play as Noel in Blast Blue, right, you will be at home. I think she's really, I don't want to say scrubby, but she caters to scrubby players because she can do a lot of things, and you don't know what kind of Kaguya player you're fighting against until you finish the first fight. But most of them they were matching, right? And she has a lot of options. She's a cool character, but I think she's a great character to start off, right? Let's see what else. Like I said, the netcode it is a little bit of tweaking. Hopefully, this will be the end version of the netcode, because they're having issues with the Wi-Fi or netcode itself, right? Because again, I don't know if they're Wi-Fi players or Wi-Fi wires, whatever, but I say that they need to look into that really deep. Another thing I will recommend is that, you know, I never got like 5 bars with anybody. The top I got was like having 2 bars against players, right? And that was like having like 60 milliseconds. And also the millisecond things, sometimes it did show sometimes like what is happening, like the delay is happening, but compared to Tekken, I think it's way better, like an indicator, like it's closer to the truth than a false statement, right? Now, with that out of the way, I think that, like I said, I recommend this game for anybody that like Under Birth or like to start playing fighting games or like anime characters and they want to start, you know, a fighting game but with anime aesthetics, right? Instead of Street Fighter 6, Under Birth will be the game for you. I think it's super easy. It's a great way. It's a great moment to start playing this game because technically everybody is starting from scratch. Even though keep in mind that this game technically is like a legacy game in that regard, that if you play with other characters like a Gordo, Hyde, or the old cast, right? Technically the old combos, from what I'm seeing, most of them, they work, right? And if you fought against players like that, you know it will be a bad experience. But there's a lot of new mechanics like which I didn't use technically because I didn't know it did have it until the beta finished. For example, now you have a way to escape force using grid, and it's like a roll, and it's invincible. So that's something I should have used, but you know I didn't know about it. So again, I think it's a great game. I'm super excited for 2024 for fighting games between Under Birth, Grand Blue being almost in 2 weeks, and also Tekken 8 coming in January. The future looks bright. Now, let me know in the comments below, do you like this game if you tested the beta, or are you interested for it? And if so, what characters are you interested, right? Anyways, as always, like and subscribe, and yeah, you're gonna see more content for this game because I have a lot of information footage for the beta. Yeah, see you next video. Like and subscribe. Bye bye.